Now that we've seen the arcade, Genesis, and
The Challenger!
Yes, I lied, but I decided that this version of the game was worth a look at just for the reason that it was a bit more different than the other versions of the game.
This version of the game has quite a few differences due to the system's hardware. This time he plays only one character, Axe Battler, who's now named Tark for some reason. Another thing to notice is there's a different theme song at the beginning. I think it's quite annoying, so of course it's probably best to skip it and get to the game. The story is different this time. It's about the Golden Axe being stolen long ago from the Thunder God by Death Adder, and how Tarek has to use all the powers of the gods to defeat Death Adder. So yeah, it's practically a different game. In this version of the game, it has 5 levels, a bit shorter than the other version. The music is 8-bit versions of the originals. It does its job. Also, we notice right after we kill our first enemy, something's missing. The glorious screams of death. I picked up this little thing because it would help alert me that some enemies were going to come, because I just finished the ones I was fighting. Sure, it wasn't necessary, but... No, wait! It was necessary. It was one of the things that Golden Axe had that made it different. One of the first things to notice is that the rather limited color range. It's a wide range of blue, brown, red, and rarely any other colors. This version really cuts down on animations. It seems kind of choppy, and it also seems that the gameplay is quickened with faster movement. Noticing how much better looking the other versions of the game are kind of makes me feel a little less for it. But since the Master System was older and wasn't known for good looking games, I guess I can't really hold it against it. What does look good is the magic. This time you get to choose which magic you want to use before you start the game. It's all there: earth, lightning, and fire, just in good old 8-bit graphical form. As for the mountable creatures, the chicken leg and the dragons are still here. The dragons have a little less to tell each other apart, which makes it a guess on which one you're going to get. What I do admit, though, is that I do like the blue flames that come out of the normally blue dragon. An unfortunate thing for the game was that because of the Master System's lack in hardware, this version is single-player only. The lack of this feature probably lowered the sales of this game quite a bit, considering that the 2-player gameplay was one of the core aspects of the game. One thing that was noticeably different is the difficulty. It seems that it's a lot harder than the others of the game. Part of this reason is that it's like the arcade version, in the sense that the enemies die easier, and so do you. You have 3 lives like the Genesis, but you also have a lower amount of continues. What might be another reason for the difficulty? Well, the controls. Now, when I look at the other version of the game, I kind of find myself hating the setup of this version. The controller is basically a Nintendo controller with less buttons. There's a D-pad, okay, and then we have 2 other buttons, 1 and 2. 1 is the start button as well as the attack button, no problem there. 2 is the jump button, okay, well, where's the magic button, you might ask? Well, that is both of these buttons pressed together at the same time. And that is the problem. In the other versions, you end up using the jump and the attack button together a lot for attacking. But thank God that you had that third button, or it would be a hard time saving magic. Because of this, I now have to play a little bit more conservatively in the sense of what attacks I use, so I don't accidentally use my magic. Now that we've seen the arcade, Genesis, and Master System versions of the game, let's see how each of these games ranked up.